Hi FlossTube, this is Robin. Welcome back to my channel, Lady Robins. I am happy that you're here with me. If you're new to my channel name is Lady Robins, both here and also on Instagram, so you can find me both places. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I am happy that you're here with me. This is a FlossTube channel where I talk about my cross stitching, and that's what we're going to do today. It is FlossTube number 54 for me, and this is Tuesday, November 10th. So here we go. I missed a week. My apologies. If you've been here, you know that my mom fell and broke her hip about 4 weeks ago. Last week was just filled with appointments and physical therapists and occupational therapists, and they just needed help, so I had to pitch in, which is fine because that's what you do, right? So pardon the week delay, but we're back together again. We're going to talk about cross stitch. We're going to have a good morning. All right. Mug of the day, right? Don't forget about that. Again, if you're new here, I am an avid collector of the old Starbucks You Are Here mugs. I love these things, and today we're in New Orleans. These are my favorite mugs. They hold 14 ounces of coffee. What could be better than that, right? 15 ounces of coffee. Oh my goodness. So this really is just coffee, nothing special here. This today, no lattes, no flat whites, no cocktails. It's just coffee. All right, you guys, we have teched ourselves up a little bit around this household. My sister has helped me figure out how to use the Alexa that has the screen. She has set it up so that I can say, hey Alexa, drop in on the parents, and I can talk to my parents on the little Alexa screen. It is the most amazing thing, especially when you have parents who have a hard time getting up and down out of chairs. We've got an Alexa in their family room area, and so my face just appears on the screen. We chat. They don't have to get up. They don't have to scramble to answer the phone. I gotta tell you, technology is amazing. I am so happy to have the ability to check in with my parents, actually see them face to face, and not have to worry about them running for the phone. The other thing though that I've discovered is if you turn on your Alexa and they're in another room, you can see if your mom is using her walker or not. Miss Broken Hip, she's feeling so much better. She's decided she doesn't need the walker, which is going to be a source of great conflict because now that I know she's doing it, now I have to be a little bit more vigilant to make sure mom follows all of the rules. Parents. Oh my goodness. I have 4 whips to share with you today. I've got a couple of freebie charts. I had a new start, and I have an FFO 2.0 because I did a little more on something I thought was finished, but now it's really, really finished. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with all of you. We have a classic day here in the Seattle area. It is overcast, slight breeze. It might rain later today. Classic Seattle weather. I'm here for it. I'm more here for sunshine, as we've discussed in the past, but it's okay. We'll work with it. Have you guys had a good stitching week? it's been fairly good for me. I did have a few days where I didn't get to stitch, but I still made progress on all of my pieces, and I am excited to show you where I got to. Are you ready? Should we look at this? Should we look at the stitching? Should we look at the whips? All right, let's start with, well, this one's on top. I don't know why I shoved these things so far out of the screen. Oh my goodness. Okay. So when last we met, I was complaining that the frog had visited me on Smell My Feet. And that is this chart by La-Di-Da. And again, this is not a chart you can buy from La-Di-Da. It was in a Just Cross Stitch magazine. You'll have to go and search it out in back issues. As far as I know, because I had a really good girlfriend help me get this pattern, because she had the back issue of the magazine. It was the Just Cross Stitch Halloween special issue, and it was 2009 or 2011, somewhere in that range. So it's an older pattern. But anyway, I had the frog visit me on this when last I stitched on it. I have fixed my boo-boo. What had happened was I was one off on the heel of this one. It was one up from where it was supposed to be. So I spent an afternoon here in my little craft area, and I went through and added stitches where they needed to be. I took out stitches where they didn't need to be. And so I am rounding the bend on that cute curl on the toe. Now, as I'm doing that, I'm thinking that the two curls don't look the same. So I might have more frogging ahead of me. But I am determined to finish this guy off for Halloween 2021. I'll get there, but this is such a cute pattern, and I have a good time stitching it. This pattern makes me giggle. It is so sweet. I love everything about it. And La-Di-Da has a pattern that you can buy from her, and it's just one of these shoes with a super long toe curl. And I think I'm going to buy that for Halloween next year as well. I just have fallen in love with this quirky little pattern. I adore it. And I think the companion, I think of it as a companion piece, would be really fun to have both of these up for Halloween next year. And speaking of Halloween, before I put all of my Halloween decor away, I went around my house and I took pictures of all of my Halloween items, and I thought I'd share that with you here in the video. So I'm going to insert some pictures right here. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope they came through. What was really interesting is my husband absolutely loved all of the Halloween items that I had put up to decorate for the holiday. And he said, "So what are you breaking out for Thanksgiving?" I don't have much, you guys. And he was disappointed to hear that there was not Thanksgiving stitching that was gonna, you know, magically pop out of a box and get scattered all over the house. So that spurred me on to a start. So let's just abandon whips for a minute, and I'm gonna show you my start. I was gonna have a drink of coffee and somehow it didn't happen. I need a drink of coffee. 1 second. Okay, so my new start is by Cherry Hill Stitchery. And I had seen my friend Becca of Sambry Stitches working on it. And I think I saw a couple other people on Instagram working on it as well. And I thought, well, that's not a very, you know, ginormous pattern. I usually end up, for some reason, doing bigger things. And this is smaller. And I thought, very doable. And it is very doable. I am probably 2/3 done with it. And I'm looking for the cover sheet. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is called Grateful. Cherry Hill Stitchery. I got it on their Etsy site, I believe. Yes, Etsy. I got it on Etsy. I got it as a PDF download so I could start immediately. And this is what I decided to work on. It's called Grateful by Cherry Hill Stitchery. And I adore it. So here is where I've gotten to. And like I said, I'm about 2/3 done now. I'm just folding this up so you can get a good look at it here. Da-da-da-da. So obviously I've got the top border. I have the pumpkins done, and I am working on these cute little elements here. And then I just have to put the word in. I just have to put Grateful in. So that'll be done pretty quickly. And in fact, this afternoon I have to take my mom to get her hair done, which is great. She loves going once a week down to the beauty salon, and they, you know, shampoo her and they style her hair, and she looks fabulous. That is something that makes my mom feel like a new woman, and she is able to get in and out of the car easily. There's only one step up. So while mom is getting her hair done, I'm gonna work on Grateful, and I'm pushing for a finish this week on this piece, and I think it's very possible to get that done. So if you need a new start, Cherry Hill Stitchery. I think this pattern was $6, $5.95, something like that. Very, very reasonably priced, and you can start immediately. I did this on a piece of 27 count Linda, and if you guys have been with me for a while, this is the leftover bit of the fabric I used when I stitched Pretty Little Seattle. So I've got this scrap, and it's perfect. I think it's perfect. I was really happy to have the white fabric. I'm very, very influenced by a picture when I see a picture, and this is, you know, their cover picture is done on a white fabric, and I thought, oh, I don't have much white. You know, usually I have, you know, vintage this, marbled that, and boy, I was really happy that I had that white Linda sitting in my stash. And just so you can see, here are our colors. I don't know if that shows very well. Let me put it. So that's the colors. It is all of, it's all DMC. These are all the called for. Couldn't be easier. I mean, obviously, if you don't have all these DMCs, you could easily sub anything in your stash. You know, you just need a couple of greens, a couple of oranges, a brown. It would be beautiful with anything you used for it. So that was my new start. And then the other thing that I'm thinking about stitching is, this is a freebie chart. This is from Hands On Design. If you're a subscriber to her newsletter, this was attached to Kathy's latest newsletter, and it's just called Thankful, and it couldn't be sweeter. And I'm thinking of maybe doing this one as well. I don't know that I will do it on the blue, but I actually have some beautiful blue fabric that I got last month from, what is it? Be Stitch Me Fabric, the Fabric of the Month Club. So I could do it if I wanted to, but I probably have a little scrap of something I can find in my stash. So I'm slowly adding to my my Thanksgiving decor. Don't want to disappoint the hubby, right? I thought that was so cute that he was disappointed that there wasn't a whole bunch of Thanksgiving things to come out of the boxes. So if he enjoyed that, I want to make it happen for him. Christmas is another another thing entirely, because I have been stitching Christmas things since the 90s, so I have a lot of Christmas stuff that comes out. That's okay. We love it all, right? I don't know about you. I didn't think I was a seasonal decorator, but apparently I'm getting a seasonal decorator wild hair, and I want to do the seasonal stitching to have seasonal decor. Yeah. How about you? Are you a seasonal stitcher? Yeah, I don't really think of myself as being a seasonal stitcher, but I think maybe I'm turning that way. I'm turning over a new leaf. Okay, so that was my new start. What else did I stitch on? The other things that I stitched on over the last 2 weeks, and I had told you I was going to stitch on cinnamon stars, and I did. And you know it and love it. Plum Street Samplers, cinnamon stars. There's our chart. And here's where I got to. Oop, pardon me, sniff. Okay. So when last we got together, I'd only done about a third or a fourth of this side of the cabin, and I got that all filled in. I am really, really excited about that. And I think I either mentioned it on my FlossTube or my Instagram. I think I mentioned it on FlossTube, but just to renew it with you and myself, the fence down here, I'm going to switch that out. I've decided I want it to be a white picket fence. And I can't even decide, this area right here is stitched in oatmeal, which has a little bit of a variegation. And I can't decide if I'm going to use oatmeal or if I'm going to go completely nuts and use DMC B5200. I mean, white, right? But I want it to be a white picket fence that just pops off the fabric. And who knows, I might start, oatmeal here and B5200 on this side, and, do a little bit and see which one pops the most, and then continue with whichever one I like best. That's what I think I'm gonna do with that. So I'm still chugging away on cinnamon stars. I know it's taken me forever, and it really should have been done at the beginning of October, but oh well, it is what it is, right? It's okay. I'm still loving it, and it'll be great whenever it's finished, right? It'll be good whenever I get there. So I'm gonna keep plugging away on this one, and I think the next thing I'm gonna tackle is the fence. That will keep me in and out of trouble, right? So I've gotta work on Smell My Feet. I've gotta work on the fence on Cinnamon Stars. And then the other thing that I worked on quite a bit is Cardinal Points. I'm going to show you the chart so you can remember. I am really close to a page finish on Cardinal Points. And this guy, I've got threads hanging off it, sorry viewers. This guy is so pretty. I love this thing. Okay, so when last I showed you this, I had finished this little urn up here, and so I started this. So for a page finish, I have a few more, I think I have 2 more maple leaf clusters to do down here, and I think I have 3 up here, and then the beginning of the cardinal I think is right about there, and that will be a page finish. Now, what is so cute is in the chart on this little, in the end of this little grassy area is a dog. Now that dog is on page 2, and I'm like, well, maybe I'll do page 1 and the dog because I really want to stitch the dog. I think that's going to be super cute. And in fact, you guys, I didn't realize until I was looking at page 2 that there was a dog. But there's our cute little dog. You know me, I love the dogs. So anyway, I am pushing for a page finish on this by December 31st. Think it's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna get it done. And I've got to tell you, I was watching Jean Farish. What is she? Needleworks. Sorry, Jean. Anyway, Jean Farish. You can Google her on YouTube and find her FlossTube channel. She was talking about, what was it, washing and ironing your finished pieces. And it made me so happy that she said, if you think it's going to be a problem, pre-wash your threads, because you don't want to have a problem if at the end you decide you need to wash it and things start bleeding. And that is what I had done before I started. I took all of the floss for Cardinal Points and I ran them under the hottest water I could, blotted them in white paper toweling. I used like almost a whole roll of paper towels. Luckily I could put them in my composter, so I didn't feel like I was killing the planet by washing my floss. And I know now that if that white fabric gets grimy, I can wash it without worrying about those beautiful colors running all over my white fabric. So I don't know why, but that just made me feel good that I was smart enough to do that at the beginning, and I felt like I had validation from teacher extraordinaire Jean Farish that she said that, you know, she would consider doing that as well. So if you need a little enabling on pre-washing your threads, there you go. You got it. Okay, so the other freebie chart I wanted to tell you guys about came just last week, and it is by Hello from Liz Matthews. Liz did a FlossTube last week, I think it was, and she talked about this freebie chart. And since it's a freebie, I can show it to you. And it's just called Merry Christmas 2020. That's the chart. And here is a little finished stitch on the bottom, showing you what it's going to look like when it's all stitched up. And Liz had a really brilliant idea. You should go watch her latest FlossTube video, but she talks about creating an advent calendar for friends, and specifically stitchy friends, where you put together a kit of 24 things, you know, the 24 days before Christmas, and send it off to your stitchy friends so they can open one little thing every day. I thought that was a really sweet idea. And of course, Liz said, feel free to include my chart if you make up an advent calendar for friends. I don't know if I'll do it, but this is a really, really cute chart. She stitched it on kind of a, you know, a vintage sampler color. I can't remember what color she stitched it on, but she stitched it, it was a 40 count, and she just did it in DMC 310, 1 strand over 2 on her linen of 310, and it looked really cool. I was thinking it would look really cool on one of the fabric of the months that I've gotten from Brandy at oh gosh, Brandy, why can't I remember? I can think of her Facebook group, the Friday Night Fight Night. You guys are screaming it at me. Anyway, Brandy's information for her Floss of the Month or Fabric of the Month club will be in my show notes, don't worry. But I was thinking one of the fabrics that I've received from her would really be cute. And I thought I'd just do something like a red. Just do a red like my sweater. And Liz showed that she actually, before she framed her piece, she put it on a photocopier and she made gift tags. They were so cute. You guys go check out Hello from Liz Matthews, her latest FlossTube, where it talks about the stitching advent calendar, and you guys will just be so inspired. I was. It actually made me think it would be fun to do something like that for my mother-in-law. She is in an assisted living place. They still can't have too many visitors. They've opened it up just a crack, and we were discussing maybe going down there and seeing her face to face, and she's like, absolutely not, stay where you are. She is not comfortable with us coming in and seeing her face to face. So I thought maybe making her a little advent calendar. I'm not doing stitching related, but I was thinking of fun ideas to change that up for her. I was thinking for somebody like my mother-in-law, what's the best thing that you can get? Chocolate? No, I'm just kidding. Well, chocolate's always good, right? But I was thinking maybe pictures of her grandkids would be fun. You know, one that she could open every day. Maybe, you know, picture chocolate, something like that. Anyway, I've got to say, Liz, thanks for that great idea, because that really has sparked some thought on my part, and I appreciate that. Okay, rabbit trail, right? Rabbit trail. Alrighty, so what else do I have to chat with you about? I have a little bit of haul. Let's talk haul. What do you say? Haul is always good. All right, so we've got some haul. We also have an FFO 2.0. Let me grab that 1 second here. Clunk. There it is. There is Autumn Alphabet with the cording attached like I showed you last week. So it's officially done. This is my FFO 2.0 fully finished object for those of you that are new here. And this is a chart by the Scarlet House, and I did it on a 40 count linen, and I used 1 strand of floss over, you know, 2 threads on the linen. So that is my FFO 2.0, and I did use all the called for colors. I have not gotten brave enough to switch out colors on things much, but this one didn't need it. This was so pretty the way it was charted why would I? I had the color, so I just used what the designer suggested. And it turned out great. Okay, so that's all done. All right. Haul. I have a lot of haul, but only because a beautiful viewer, and I did not ask her name, or her permission to use her name, so I won't, but a lovely viewer sent me a huge envelope full of charts. So I will start with what I purchased and then what I was gifted. And thank you. You know who you are. Thank you so much. I love everything in this stack. My stitching is going to be greatly enhanced by your generosity. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so what did I purchase? All right, I purchased 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I purchased 6 charts. Don't panic. But I could not pass this up. Lila's Studio, Coffee Obsessed, right? I've seen a number of people on FlossTube stitching this guy up. I had to have it. I showed this to my husband and he's like, oh yeah, that's your chart. So I purchased that. And then the other thing I purchased is also from Lila's Studio. We've got, what do they call this? Season's Blessings. And this one, if you follow Spunky Jen on Instagram or her FlossTube, she just finished this. It couldn't be cuter. I love both of these. So these are definitely on my radar of things to stitch sooner as opposed to later. So there's that. And then the last thing that I purchased is a series. It's 4 charts and it's from Silver Creek Samplers, and it is, what do they call it? Sing a Sampler series. So if you're a Sound of Music fan, you know, sing it with me, right? Oh, a dear, a female deer. So I bought all 4 of the charts, and I couldn't be happier. I need to take this down to my L&S and get fabric, because what I'd like to do, there's 8. I'd like to do them 4 by 4. I'd like to do them in a row. And I've seen others do this, and this makes me think of my mom. My mom has a beautiful soprano voice, and she would love this. Yep. So those are the things that I purchased, and they're all things that I can see in my mind's eye. I know what they're going to look like when they're done. So those are on my list of things to stitch right away. Okay, so what did I receive from our lovely viewer? Well, the first thing I received was this just sweet card. Tulips are my favorite flower on the planet. I love it. Thank you for the card. What came in the envelope of goodness? Well, let me tell you, there were many, many, many great things. The first great thing that came was the Country Cottage Needleworks chart. What is it? Cottage of the Month. You guys, all 12 are here. I cannot believe it. I'm just gonna do a quick flip through. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. And I have looked at these. I have put these on my 1, 2, 3 wish list, and here they are. So thank you. I just think these are so sweet. Look at this July. Look at that flag. Look at that patriotic cottage. I love it. And then August, look at the waves underneath, like we're at the beach. Adorable. I love it, I love it. Yeah. November and December. So all of them are here. So generous, so generous. The other things that showed up, we've got a Jeanette Douglas. Oh, and we all know I love Jeanette Douglas. Yum. I've got Needle Art by Wendy. Isn't that neat? I love these. Oh, those cute little pin cushions. Totally gonna do those. And there's another in the series, which is fabulous. And then, look at this. Tiny Modernist Bunny Kisses. That drum. Yeah. And then, Plum Street. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Plum Street. Ugh. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. We've got ourselves a Brenda Gervais. This is my first Brenda Gervais, you guys. And then from Little House Needleworks, look at that. Ah, so pretty. Little House Needleworks, look at this guy. Love that. Oh. And then we've got Little Dove Designs Christmas Wishes. And then the last thing is a sampler for my mother by RETM. I think I'm saying that right. I hope I'm saying that right. Look at that. Oh my gosh. So pretty. I really like the colors in that. So that came all from the same viewer. I am overwhelmed and very appreciative. Thank you so much for thinking of me. I am thrilled. I am thrilled. Okay. What else? Well, got one more thing to show you. This we will experience together. I got my first Black Needle Society box, the Nice List. Now, I was slow. I did not get the box that has 24 items. I only have the box that has 12 items. But that's okay, right? We'll have chocolate in between. So, I'm not going to break into this until December, and we will experience it together. Although I did get an email from them that says, you know, feel free to peek in your box and make sure you have the right number of items in your box. So there might be a tiny bit of pre-peeking just to make sure I have the right number of items, and then I'm going to close it up and we will experience this together. So if you were thinking about maybe getting a subscription to the Black Needle Society, don't forget that I have a discount code for you guys, so use it. It'll be in the show notes, of course. Okay, I am trying to think. What else do we need to talk about? Plans. Plans, right? We need to talk about plans. So, give me half a second. I have a little bit of a plan. Let's see here. Here we go. It was alphabetical and even I couldn't find it. All right. What I want to do is I want to finish Smell My Feet. I want to get that fence done on Cinnamon Stars. Maybe I'll get to Cardinal Points. And after that, I want to get going on this again. This was from Friends Stitch. This is by Bent Creek. So I'm going to show you where I'm at. And, ooh, I got a lot of thread hanging off that, per usual. This is where I'm at. So this is the other thing I'm going to bring back into my stitching rotation is the little Friends Stitch sampler. So I think that is enough stuff to keep me in and out of trouble, right? Those are my plans. Oh, and also you guys, I wanted to thank you for your wonderful comments about what I should do about adding initials to my fresh picked pumpkins. I read all of your comments, and I think what I'm going to do is I am going to do smaller initials, because bigger initials seemed like it was taking over the design. So I think I am going to stick with smaller initials, and instead of doing it in the, you know, the lower corner outside of the design, I think I am going to try my hand at putting my initials on the inside. So that's my plan on initialing that piece. And fabulous news, my husband ordered a tool to help him make the picture frame square that we're going to make for that piece. That arrived on Saturday, so we're hoping that this next weekend we will be able to cut the molding and use the new tool and create the picture frame. So this week, beyond all of my stitching, I do need to mount that on some mat board and, get it ready to be put in the frame. So that is what I'm up to right now. And of course, there will be a few trips here and there over to check on my parents. They're doing pretty good. I appreciate all your kind thoughts for them. That did my heart, you know, good things that you all said such nice things about them, and also my sister and I for helping them. So I am gonna let you go. You guys have a fantastic week. I'm having a good week so far, and we will see you next week. I think I should be able to film next week. I don't have 100 appointments on my calendar so far. But if it changes, it changes. I know you guys are out there, and I'll see you when I see you, but hopefully it will be in a week. All right, you guys, have a fantastic day and stitch happy. Bye, my friends.